Eugene, who was the best player you ever faced? The one guy who gave you guys a fit?
Ooh, that's a good question. Let me tell you something. In the national championship game, Michael Stone, what is it, Stonebreaker?
Mm-hmm.
I think there was a linebacker. Man, that kid was almost unblockable. And I'm not sure, they had such a decent scheme against us. I remember him wholeheartedly. Obviously, when we played Oklahoma State, my sophomore year in the Sun Bowl, Jesus. For some reason, we couldn't do anything with Thurman Thomas in that second half. And it's interesting because Barry Sanders was not the starting tailback at that time. He was the kickoff returner. So when you stop to think about that, oh my God. But Thurman Thomas came out, and I think he had over 200 plus yards, 3 or 4 touchdowns in the second half alone, and wound up winning MVP of the Sun Bowl that year. He was just a stud, man. He was just a stud. He was something different. When you sit back and you look at those kind of players, it quickly gives you an understanding just how talented the landscape of college football was back then. Some tremendous student athletes. Penn State had a few when we played them. Virginia Tech had a few. But the ones that really, like I said, Thurman Thomas sticks out because he was just, it was unforgettable. I think I fell asleep about 10 years later and he was still running. Unbelievable.
I grew up a Bills fan as a kid, so, you know, Darryl Talley and Bruce Smith and
absolutely
Thurman Thomas. I mean, those were my guys growing up. And
I'm a Bills fan right now because my nephew is Deion Dawkins, number 73.
Oh, awesome, man! I didn't know that.
Yeah, so
I'll tell you what, they've got a heck of a thing going on up there. There's a few NFL teams that's really made commitments to winning, and Buffalo is one of those teams.